What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are enjoying all this content lately. I love watching stuff like the making of. This is actually some of my favorite stuff right here. The making of by Genius, the deconstructed stuff. They do some really good jobs. Also, another people that do some really good jobs are New York Times. Actually, I believe it's the New York Times. They've come out with, like, I think Ed Sheeran with Sing, and I think it was Diplo, Skrillex, and Justin Bieber. I'm pretty sure, and those are really well done. But I hope you guys are enjoying the content lately. My name is Jacob Restituto. I'm a musician from Northport, New York, and we are breaking down, and I'm going to just react to and talk about and maybe expand on some of the things in this making of BTS Dynamite video. I have not seen it before. I was going to watch it anyway, but I figured, you know what, let's watch it together, and I can help explain some things if you have not seen this video, or if you have, you can understand it maybe just a little bit more this time. But let's see what we got.
I wouldn't even really call this a K-pop tune. I think this is quite straight down the line pop. You know, they do things
like this
so
box.
well in the K-pop world. It's so slick, and BTS are really slickness person.
I want to know if that's his driver's license and why it's in the background of the video. If that's the actual Pro Tour session, that'd be really cool.
We knew that BTS were looking for what would be their first big breakout English spoken single. No one knew where to go with it, so it was a bit of a stab in the dark.
Oh, it's interesting. I didn't real. Is this song only in English? I didn't realize that.
I did know they wanted something fun with tempo. The song was written over Zoom.
That's insane.
And my writing partner Jessica Gomba, we're both British. We're both from London. Jess is from East London. I'm from West London.
So he's done some pretty big songs already. Jonas Brothers had some huge hits. Obviously, Hailey Steinfeld has some huge hits.
Like that. She's a total character. There was certain references that we used. For example, I think we say something about pass the paracetamol. Pass the paracetamol to the director. I'm free tomorrow. Paracetamol in the UK is like a painkiller, like a Tylenol. We were just writing it from our point of view rather than writing it from a Korean point of view or for a US point of view. We just wrote what felt kind of right to us. We sent it over.
See, that's what I find amazing about songwriting, is that so often, I honestly, as a songwriter, struggle with this. So often people try to write to the masses, when honestly, if you look at the charts, the songs that are on there are so personal. Let's go back 20, 30, 40 years. You look at Piano Man by Billy Joel. You know, he talks about, like, literally having encounters with these people. Now let's go, you know, to Falling by Harry Styles, where he's like, the Beechwood Cafe. Like, I have no clue where the Beechwood Cafe is. I've never been there, but, like, you know, that's personal to him. But for some reason, we can relate to that, you know, and that's what... So I think as songwriters, it's important to try actually to be really personal and not try to get this general song out there that everybody's going to relate to, because then I think nobody ends up relating to it. I don't know. That's just a thought, though.
Perry with a batch of other songs. I get a call, a FaceTime from Ron Perry, and he was like, dude, they're taking Dynamite, and we're going full steam ahead with it.
So it's interesting. He just wrote the song not knowing who was going to take it. That's pretty wild, actually.
I would have started with a tempo, what feels good, so I would have literally just clicked in, click, 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 because I felt as soon as I can start doing that in my, like, that kind of chicken bop, like, I can start almost hearing where I need to take it. I bring up a bunch of sounds, start to feel what's, you know, play around what's feeling good.
Honestly, as a songwriter myself, tempo is some of the hardest thing to decide. It's like, okay, do you choose 120? Do you choose 130? Do you choose 110? Do you choose 118? It's like all those little intricacies that, like, you don't realize go into how the song feels. The faster it is, the more it may be happy it feels. The slower it is, the more emotional it could feel. And you know what? 4 BPM, like, the difference between 116 and 120 is a big difference, actually. You don't realize it, but it is.
Land on this sound. That's the butter. That's kind of what holds the whole thing together, really. Another big element of it is...
I love hearing, like, the samples where everything comes from, and then how they chop it up.
Live bass. We had to bring
I wonder if he played that in or if that was a sample also.
some energy to a pre-chorus. We've got a synth line, like a pad that opens up, and we've got like a high held thing that comes in.
So what? Let me actually hear this first. Okay, that's what I thought. So when he talks about opening up, he's actually talking about a filter. So if you guys are interested in this stuff, I'm starting a course on my Patreon where I'm going to be breaking down, and it's going to be a music production course. I'm going to talk about a lot of these different elements and stuff and a lot of the phrases that I use in a lot more detail. So if you're interested in checking that out, it's going to be the production course essentially. I'm going to talk about the all the different aspects of it and show you how to use them. Or if you're just interested in learning what they are, so when you watch these videos, you can have a better understanding. So when he says it's going to open up, he's talking about the filter. So he's going to have some EQ on there or an equalizer. And what that does is it's creating a low pass filter, so it's only low frequencies can pass through. Then it opens up and creates a high pass or like a full spectrum, not a high pass, I apologize. But what that does is it creates a change and it creates a transition. And honestly, a low pass sound gives it more warm, emotional feel, where a high pass, where only the high frequencies can pass through, gives a thinner, kind of brighter sound. But when you transition from low to open, it's a really good way to transition into the next part of a song or to create emotional excitement.
This really, I think, gives it a kind of a bit more weight on the bottom end, which again just
it's also tremoing, panning in and out,
makes it swell
pulsing.
a bit more. We then have two kicks. We've got a bottom kick. We've got a
see. This is sick to see the whole
just
thing.
Literally giving you click.
So all the producers out there, I actually do that in my songs. You have a really full kick usually, and then you have this really like a kind of click. That's actually because I personally do that because for two reasons. One, it adds a little more punch to the click. To kick drum. But also because in smaller speakers, the fullness of the kick might not drive through, so you need something that's a little thinner, a little higher pitch. That's really gonna give that 4 on the floor kick drum sound.
Snare. We've got a fatter snare, and we've got like a disco clap here.
Layering those drums for real.
We also have like a huh.
Super stereo clash.
Each section, the bass kind of opens up more and more, so it's kind of lo-fied in the first verse. It opens up a bit more in the pre-chorus, and then in the chorus, I layered the live bass with a Moog bass.
I gotta say, one thing, I love all the stuff that we're doing in quarantine, that we're still getting product out there, but I want people to start using things other than their FaceTime camera. Like, I don't know, how does this guy not have a camera? Like, he's making these huge hits for huge artists. I feel like he'd have like a Sony cheap camera at least. I just find that humorous. I'm not making fun of the guy or anything. It's not even him. I just find that there's so many famous people that just are using their laptop, camera, and I just find that so humorous. Interesting synth line.
That makes the bass in the hook brighter and just cut through a touch more, and also give it some more bottom end because it's a Moog. I then.
By the way, all the stuff that you're seeing in the background, that's likely sound paneling. That's likely or it's acoustic paneling, so it's likely trying to mitigate the room reverb.
Two sets of keys, which I'll play together, which is like a rock piano, like a kind of almost like an Elton John, really hard, glossy kind of 80s sounding piano.
Oh, for sure, yeah, 80s for real.
Another little guitar note comes in here, just running.
I gotta say, all the work that they put into this stuff is crazy, man. They fit getting in there.
So in the second.
Oh, hold up a sec.
Here, just running through it. So in the second.
For a second, I thought that was slightly out of time, which I was gonna make the point. Sometimes, as beginning artists, sometimes you worry so much about trying to get the song perfectly in time, where in reality, sometimes it just doesn't matter, and it's okay.
Verse. I don't bring too much else in, apart from a shaker loop that adds on top of the drums.
Thin shaker.
Second pre-chorus, we bring in 2 new guitars.
Dude, talk about funk rhythm going on
The
there.
second guitar is playing a bit more of like a reverbed out kind of riff.
Nice.
The main thing that changes in the second hook to the first hook is that you've got all those second pre-chorus elements in your second chorus.
I'm curious why they made this so choppy. Like you could, the guy's thoughts are so choppy, and I kind of wish they just made it straight through.
Now I bring in the horns. So the horns are a combination of samples, which I played in, and then I also have real live horns by a guy called Johnny Thurkel, who played the horns on Uptown Funk.
Oh, sick.
And 24 other number ones. This was his 25th number one.
That's wild. Oh, nice echo on those horns. It's actually, it sounds like it's two echoes going on there.
My stack ones give them a bit more brightness and a bit more kind of like bite to them.
Wow, for real. Definite
A couple of little
bite to
kind
them.
of like bangs and whooshes.
I want to hear them together.
At that point, I don't think I had the key change in. I think it was just a kind of a bit of a eureka moment. It was a bit of a trial and error, but it really just works. And because they can sing so well, it takes the whole thing over the top of it.
For sure. I agree with that. That key change, what's called modulation, really like it keeps the song going on without making it monotonous, I feel like.
Together, we end up with something that sounds like this.
Guitars sound good. I didn't realize how clean and upfront they were. I wouldn't know if that's CGI or if they actually shot off colors like that.
Only RM speaks really fluent English, and they all sing it so well. I mean, I'm just putting myself into their shoes, and if someone came to me and said, you've got to sing a song in Korean, I would just be like, how on earth am I supposed to do it? I wouldn't even know where to start. I'm a small part of what this is, but it's like I've been embraced.
I don't know if I'd say a small part. The guy did, like, he wrote the song and wrote the music. I'd say he's a major part.
One of their own, which is like incredible and very humbling and lovely to experience.
Dude, that was sick. I love seeing that stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the process. I mean, like, I enjoyed me breaking down this essentially because I love it. I was going to watch it anyway. I figured, you know what? Let me teach you guys some stuff while we do. If you do like this kind of stuff, let me know. Comment below and I'll try to do more of it. If you want to go even further in depth, check out the Patreon course that I'm starting. It is, by the time you're seeing this, it actually started. It is the music production course. But I hope you guys are enjoying this. Do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys next time. God bless, peace out, and I'll see you later.